Okay, I think we got what we need to get going here. Let's make sure the volume's down on this and give it a nice little swipe. See if we're live. Apparently we are. All right, it's got to do with add thing. I think we're live here also. Let's check. Yes, we are. All right, I guess we're live. Hello, Jessica. I see you. All right. Yes, you are here. Okay, let's see. I believe this is well, let me make sure, because I don't know. I forget if this is 16 by whatever. What are you actually? Yeah, you're 16 by 20 canvas panel. All right. I decided to go for more imagery again. So I got a woman here with a half leotard dress on, arms spread out there in bright yellow background. Then we have pitch black, but it's going to be a yellow rose on this side. All right. Okay, but that's what the image going to be. Hello, Sonia. Okay, I will more than likely zoom in on the half here where we're going to do the rose first. Okay. All right. So let's give a little zoom here on this. I'll zoom it in close here, pop it over here, and I don't know if we're at the correct vantage point there. Let's pop this upward and we'll go from the top right here. So right about here, we'll concentrate on the rose up on that side. We're going to use for right now, I'll probably end up sticking with what I'm going to use once I find it here. And it will be a 1/2" brush. I think we'll just do the 1/2" brush today. Hey Madonna, how are you? We got a 16 by 20 canvas panel here. Gonna have a ballerina type woman. She'll have a yellowish, probably yellow ochre, yellowish dress on. Okay. Then over here we already got glycerin on this, the black half here, and we're gonna put a yellow rose here. Okay, I may have some petals sneaking over on the other side. We'll see. All right, down below here we got our glycerin. I have phthalo green and Prussian blue. We're gonna do the leaves in that. We have yellow ochre, cad yellow, and titanium white over here. Very simple color palette. All right. Okay, let's get to getting. Let's. I'm gonna do the base color for the actual rose in its yellow ochre, so we can really highlight that yellow. All right, I'm gonna dip my brush into glycerin just to loosen up this yellow paint a tad. Now we got glycerin already on the board here, so I'm gonna make this kind of thick. All right, and I'm just gonna get to the general shape of the rose first. So I'm really deciding on which way I want to have the rose shown right now. So we'll see as I'm doing this which way I really want to go with it. And I'll probably have the bowl around in here, this area like that. The yellow ochre will represent pretty much the darker part of the rose. Technically, I should not have put glycerin in the yellow, since I got glycerin already on the board. It's just force of habit, really, that I did that. But that's all right. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. So this will essentially be the bowl at the top of the bowl, and obviously the bottom of the bowl. Okay, we'll start shaping out things here. See where I want to go with this fellow. Probably petal wise, I'll probably end up going something like that around, and maybe I'll have this one flare out, something like that. Come here with this one, and we got one coming up above like that. All right. We'll probably have one coming. Well, I won't do it with that. I'll do it with so you guys can kind of see what I'm heading for here. I'll probably go in like that for this one. It kind of comes around. This one probably comes from maybe red in here, comes around there, and maybe I'll have that one come this way. I'll do it like that. So I'll pretty much probably use my finger, and I'll just kind of fade that out. There's some darkness there. All right, so I'll probably do a lot of finger painting here. But I'm looking so far probably for something like that, as far as I can tell right now anyway. Okay. All right. So let me start to add some things just for this, and then we'll go on from there. So I'll kind of take my little bit of time here. I'm going into my white. The reason why I'm going to my white is really to beef up this yellow, because the yellow is a fairly weak color. All right. I'm gonna go with a little more yellow in this white, because it's not gonna be really the final color, but just to flesh out where I want certain things. So we'll kind of pop it out here like this. Okay, I'll come around on the other side here, give it a little something right in here, and I'll work out some light sources as we go on here. But right now I'm just kind of, once again, just fleshing it out here, and wherever I want the bright spot to be, I'll figure that out as I kind of highlight this fella, something like that. For right now, let's touch up the focus here. We're gonna have to do that a lot. All right, so I'm just gonna warn you, we'll be doing that a lot. Right down in here, we'll kind of fade that out. It's all right. Kind of fade it, rub it, fade it out there, smooth it out a little bit. All right, okay. All right, I think we'll start with that first. Okay. All right, up in here, I'm going to go back into my ochre. Right up in here. I know this is going to be weird for this yellow ochre to represent the dark color, but it will. And we'll slowly flesh it out. We'll lift up higher here, and then it kind of fades out. Come over here, we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of goes higher in the middle, and you just flare it out like that. Same thing here. Let's get some more of that. Just like that, just fade it out. Don't worry about all this here, because it will be eventually covered up with other petals and such. So I'm not really worried about all of that. Okay. I can smooth all of that out if I really need to, but I won't. The glycerin to do that while it's in there. I'm just cleaning off the brush real fast. Let's go back into some yellow. I really won't need no glycerin. I get a little bit of white there, beef up the yellow. And we're gonna have those two meet. All right, from the petal. So I'm gonna just come out here, press, and we're gonna have it meet. Just have it meet for right now. Just like that. If I don't want the striations, I don't have to put them in there. Okay. Let's do the other side here. Good press, and then we just kind of pop them in there. I don't want the striations, so I'll get rid of the striations. As this paint starts to dry on this, it will get a little, it'll get a little more solid. It'll stay. All right. Now I already see where I'm leading that with it, so I'll bring it here. There. Okay. Now we have the petal in the center. The petal in the center, I can either have in the center, or I can just kind of have it hang out in the back, but we'll see. We'll see. Everything's kind of in the air right now, how I want it. I can just have it like that also. I can have it like here. Like so. Okay. Now, I can go back into my ochre, beef up the ochre, and have it go back up into the yellow. And then I'll just slowly bring those two together. I'm going back into my ochre, but I'm not using the ochre with the glycerin in it, just pure paint. So I can go back up in here, right? And I can just kind of, once again, just kind of put it up in there like that. Just like so. Come up in here. Now I have a soft brush. I can kind of meld those together, but not at this point. I don't need to. All right. All right. So as I'm checking it out here, like I said, if I want to add more to that, I can, and I most likely will, but we'll let that kind of tack up and dry a little bit. We got these two out here hanging out. All right. I'll clean the brush again. We'll just get some more yellow and beef that out a little bit more. So I'll get a little bit of white, put it right here in this yellow, and get a touch of yellow there. A lot of color mixing, even though it's simple colors, still quite a bit of mixing here. And we'll kind of, once again, we'll just flesh that out a little bit more, like so. And it's really just giving me where I want to place the bright part of the flower a little bit. Okay. So I guess I'll keep it right there. This one here I can keep like that. So we'll get the shiny stuff up around in here. Just like that. Okay. All right. So I'm still looking at it, still checking out some things here. See where I want to place certain things. I don't have my handy tissue with me, so I'm gonna have to just use a paper towel. And what I'm gonna do really is take the paper towel and just wipe the paint right off, just like that. All right. Okay. We'll start getting some highlights in certain spots here. I'll just use a little more white. Don't have to use any glycerin. And I'll just take this white, I'll give a slight push and come on in. Push, come on in. Push, bring it on in there. Need more white. And we'll scoop that in the inside. Just bring it in. curve there, just like that. Okay. All right. We'll come around here and we get a slight one there. Slight push. And it's really getting that curve going in there with it. I might add a little something here. Come on down. Just like that. Bring it on in. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. All right. As I'm looking at it here, I'm getting a lot more white, a little bit of yellow. I'm pulling the paint towards me. All right. Let's do this one first. We'll kind of give a slight push, get a nice rim of color, and come on down. Right in there like that. And we'll continue that right down in here. And we'll come on around in here, give it a nice little curve, come on down. I'll kind of want to put it in there like that. This one here, if I get a little more white, I think I'll have a nice little fold there. So we'll brighten it with a little white and yellow. And we'll give a fold right in here. So I'll just come here with the edge, come out, come out, come out, come out. It's like that. As long as it's a little bit brighter than what you got going on the inside there. And that edge helps fill that. Smooth it out a little bit. Just bring it on in like that. Okay. I'm gonna go with that nice bright edge here. And we're gonna come out this way. I'm overlapping, just like that. I might put an edge there too. Once again, I'm just taking the paint off the brush with the towel, and we'll give a nice little curve up in there, just like that. Turn my brush around, get a nice bright edge going if I can, and then we'll just kind of put it right in there. Like so. All right. Okay. Let's go with some straight yellow. Yellow's very thin color. Kind of marry it right in there with the other color. Okay. Like that. I'm going to take a very soft brush. Let's see if I can get away with this one. I don't know. It might be a little too short, too narrow. We'll see. We'll give it a slight push. Nope, it seems to be handling it. That's good. See, it brings that paint up a little bit. Have it meet until the other. Like that. Come out this way a little bit with it. We still got paint here. We move around, shift it around a little bit. See, you can kind of manipulate and move this paint around. Just smooth a few things out, that's all. Come out here. Soften it by just tapping a little bit there. Just tap a little bit, soften it up. Okay. All right. Now, if I took a larger brush, like so, and just wisp very lightly back and forth, it kind of caresses it, smooths it all out like that. Come in here, circular motion. Come out here, do the same thing, kind of wisp it there. Really smooth, makes it really smooth. I can go across on this one here, smooth it out a little bit. Go across, smooth some of that. If I don't want all them striations, I can just blend some of that out, just a little. All right. A wee bit, just a wee bit. Okay. As I'm looking at it, I'll let it tack up. We'll tackle some stuff here on the outside. What I want to do here, let's get a little bit of, we'll touch it up with some of this here. I'll get a little bit of glycerin. The glycerin loosens up this paint here. See? Okay. And I'll put it into some of this yellow, like that. And probably use a little bit more yellow in there. And a slight touch of white. I still want it a little bit opaque, but it is a different shade of yellow. All right. We'll start sketching out some stuff. We'll come out here like this. Something like that. We'll come here, pop one in there like that. We'll come out here and one in there like this. We'll come over, come out in like that. We'll kind of pop one out here like this. All right. Okay. All roads lead to Rome. So let's make pretend that dot is right there. You guys see that little dot there. All right. Okay. Let's get a little bit of ochre, a little bit of yellow. We'll mix it together. I don't need to put anything on the paint because we have plenty already on the board. And we're just going to take it, press, and we're going to go in. Press, go in. I'm overlapping, but I'm going to keep that dark in there. You need that. All right. I got some on the furrow of the brush. I don't need it up that high. And we're going to do it again. Press, go in. Press. All roads lead to that dot up there. We're going to come out here and do the same thing. You got to go out a little bit, go out and past it a little bit. It's all right. Now, I want you to see that I got those striations there. Those. I can have them there or not. Up to you. If you want to keep them there or not. It's truly up to you if you want to do that. Now, the glycerin's moving this paint around even as I'm doing this. Okay. Like I say, you can have those striations there if you want, or you can just get rid of them. I'm getting rid of them. Okay, like that. It's really kind of a repetitive motion once you get accustomed to doing the flowers a certain way. Okay. It's not as bad as you think. I'm putting a little bit of a curve in it. Okay. Everything's still aiming toward that dot there. And we're curving it around, curve it around, curve it around, curve it around, like that. We're not highlighting anything yet. Okay. We're not highlighting. We're just getting the general shape going. Now, once again, if you don't want the striations, you get a soft brush, very lightly. See this? And just get rid of them there. Okay, up to you if you don't want them or not. Very lightly, just kind of wisp them away. Up to you. You can go in the direction of the flower if you want. You got to know what petal, what part of your brush is actually touching the canvas. Excuse me, touching the canvas. Okay, all right. Okie dokie. Still got my, as you can see, my hand and the messed up towel. Usually a rag would do, really. You just take it and just wipe the paint off and just keep it moving. Okay, let's go for some highlights, more or less. We'll go up here. A little bit of yellow and white together. Obviously, I'm gonna need some more white pretty soon. Okay, all right. Pulling it toward me here. And give a push, and you come on in. Push, out, come in. Push, come in. Push, push, go on in. Push, go on in. Push, and go on in. Push, and curve it in, like that. Let's get some more white paint. I'll probably need plenty. We're going to tighten that one up a little bit more. And as the glycerin starts to dry, when you put layers of paint on it, it's going to dry. And you can probably get away with a little glycerin on the paint, in the paint. I'll be digging out some more yellow too. That I can see happening. I'm going to go into my glycerin, have to loosen up the paint just a little bit. And then it will hold that edge. I'll show you. See, it's going to hold the edge now. That bright edge. You give it a nice slight push. Come on in. Push it. Come on in. Push. In. Push. There. And you see it brightens up a little bit there. Okay. I actually need more white paint. And we're going to give a nice edge here and go on in. Boom. Edge. Go on in. Edge. In you go. Edge. Push down and go on up. I just want an edge, so I'll just kind of pop an edge in there. Okay. Let's strengthen this one. Actually, let's bring that down a little bit more, brighten that up a little bit, just like that. But you see how things starting to come together there. Okay. Let's get off the furrow. I got plenty of paint up in the furrow. I don't need it up that high. All right, let's strengthen this edge. I just want a stronger edge. Sometimes that's all you really want, is a stronger, bright edge there. Okay. And with a flower like this, you can highlight with white, just like that. All right. Okay, let's work on this other side. The other side doesn't really need an edge. It's not really the lit side. Like that. Come here and you do the same thing. Press and go on in. Press. Press. Boom. Press. I'm going to turn it. Turn it. Just like that. Okay. If I want to add like a little peak, make a quick point and go on in. Like that. All right. I think we're good there. I think we're even good here. I'll just give it a little bit of a, I'll turn it that way. Look at this. I just turned the pedal. I'll just come down with it there. Clean it up a little bit. Give it a little edge. You see how I just turned it? Look at that. See that turn? Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's come inside. Let's go about this high. Come in. Bring it in. Come in a little higher, bring it in. Come in right in front of the other one, bring it in like that. Let's go higher up here. Put one behind it like this. We'll put one right about here. 1, 2, 3, and just go in, curve it like that. Put some in here like that. Just like so. Okay. Just keep turning it. All right. Okay. Let us go into some ochre. Put it right here. A little bit of white. We'll brighten the ochre, but it's not going to be as bright as that. Get some glycerin. It's not going to be as bright as the yellow, as you can see. You can see the two differences in there. Okay. All right, now we're gonna start expanding petals. We're just gonna let it kind of bust out all over. So let's put one right up in here like this. One there. Let's have him come out this way. Boom. Have him come way out. Big one right in here. Have him come right off the panel and then come in like that. And we'll give him a little something out there. Big joker. So let's pull back a little bit. All right, let's put the focus on it. Okay, now we're going to take this. Remember, all roads lead to Rome. We'll kind of pop a dot in here somewhere right there. You guys can see that. All right, and we're going to take it and we're going to just aim toward that dot. But look what I'm doing. I'm overlapping a little bit. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. I know it's off the panel. It's all right. Don't kill the flow. Even if it is off the panel, it's all right. You're going to be fine. All right. You're going to come out here, do the same thing. You can turn the pedal. You can have little points there. Don't matter, really. Make them as ragged or as soft as you want. As you see, as I'm doing this, I'm leaving a little bit of black in there. Okay. Because you need your petals to look like they're coming from someplace. You got me? I'm going a little bit past the edge. Okay. You guys can do this. Look at what I'm doing. I'm doing it slow on purpose. All right. Once again, if you want the striations, fine. Keep them. If you don't want them, don't put them in there. Just like that. So this fella is more of an open guy. He's just out there doing his thing. All right. Okay. Yeah, this fella's just out there living the life. Hey, Billy, what's happening, bro? That was quite a spray painting you did there, Billy. Oh, that's cool. One stroke technique. Great. And you're exactly right, Billy. All roads lead to Rome, boss. Okay. So we've got all of this fleshed out. Now, yeah, let me show you this before I move on. Let me do this. Let me clear some of this up here. I don't know if I really need this per se. I could probably lighten it up and probably use it. Let me see. Probably not, because I want it more bright yellow, so we'll get rid of that. We don't need this. I'll just get rid of it. I don't need this mush either. So I'll just scrape it up and get rid of it. And it's got glycerin in it. I don't need that. I'll just make another batch. It's no big deal. Okay, we're gonna go towards pretty much highlights right now. I believe I got enough white to do what I need to do. But now we'll show different light sources and we'll have a little fun here and get some more yellow here. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get some yellow. Put it right there. Get some titanium white. When you brighten up that yellow, we're going to stir it in there. Don't know if I need as much glycerin for this because I want the white to be in the yellow to kind of stand out now. Okay. Okay, I got plenty of it here. This should do the trick. Here, at least brighten this edge up. Let me just kind of give it a good push. And sometimes all you need to do really is push and get a nice strong rim of paint there. I don't even have to travel it anywhere, just a nice rim of paint to brighten it up. That side. All right. Okay, I'll just come in here. Right here. Let's kind of tighten that up a little bit. Nice rim of paint and go on in. Nice rim of paint. like I say, I can probably get away with using a little more white than what I'm actually using. But for right now, I think we're all right. Paint. You don't have to do every flower, just pretty much where you feel the brightest parts might be. I'm gonna come over here and kind of tease some more here. So you're playing around with the light source like so. I mean, you can just keep doing it and keep doing it. I mean, this is really fun to do. All right, and we'll come here and add a little bit of brightness there. Just come out here, just add a nice rim of paint, press, go on in. Add a rim of paint, press, good, go on in. Rim of paint. I'm overlapping as I'm doing this. Paint, and we're gonna come on in and curve a little bit like that. We'll keep that part like that. We'll press, push that paint out there, press down, okay, and we'll curve him in like that. All right. So now you got that little pocket of dark there. Okay. Okay. Let's get some of that off the furl of the brush. We'll borrow some of that. I like that. We'll come out this way and kind of pop some in here like this. You really don't have to worry about no edges because we're like past the border. But that's all right. Don't kill the flow of the painting just because it's on the tape. Act like the tape isn't there. Come on in. Just like so. Okay. This looks like pretty much an open cabbage rolls, really. That's what it looks starting to look like. Out here. Just like, you know what? Watch this. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of curve it in. Right from here. Curve it. Curve it in. Curve it in. I'll create a petal right here. I didn't design for it to be there, but we just got one in there anyway. Then I'm going to just come out here. We give it a little push and we just create another petal right here. So now we got 2 petals for the price of 1. Look at that. And we just kind of curve it in. All right. So we got another petal layer. Okay. Then we just come here and we just kind of play around with some stuff here. We're kind of popping in there like that. Get one with a point on it like this. Squiggle and then a point right there. Squiggle, a point right there. Why not? Yeah, put a point right there too. Give him a point there. We'll give him a little bunny ear point right here too. Why not? Make it interesting. Make it a little ragged, a little crazy looking. Okay. All right. See that? All right, guys. See how we just built that? All right. Okay. I could literally have this whole page filled with rose petals if I desired to, but it won't. Hey, Slee Stacks. How are ya? No reptiles needed. I love that cursive. Pretty cool. I don't know how your cursive shows up on my Android, but it doesn't show up on the tablet. But I think it looks pretty cool. Okay. Let's pull back a little bit. Well, yeah, we'll go right about there. That's good. Let me pop the focus on real quick. Okay, let's deal with some leaves here. All right. So, I technically don't need the yellow. I'm gonna keep it hanging around just because I'm a nice guy. Okay, still the same 1/2" brush. We got some, now this type of green here, what you're looking at, this phthalo green is transparent green. What do you mean by transparent green? When you put on a black surface, it will still appear black. I'm gonna show you this right now. Let's go here. Because I want to show you what phthalo green does with black surface. See? Look at this. See that? And of course you don't. It's transparent. So we'll pop a little bit of white in there. Make it a little visible, okay? Okay. Don't need glycerin. There's glycerin already on here. Press. push and let go and release like that. All right. I'm gonna go on the other side, do the same thing. Press, push away, press, push away. They get smaller and smaller. They will start to meet at the center like that. Okay. All right, that's one down. What's going on here? What is this? Okay, she's talking about some musician guy. All right. Where are we at here? We're going to do another pedal of sorts. We'll put him. Oh, I guess we'll play around with him in here, and we'll just kind of put a bigger one in there. We'll kind of spread him like this. Boom. A little quick. Right off the page, it doesn't matter. It's like we got a bigger one here, okay? Don't necessarily have to add the line because I didn't go to highlighting it yet. All right. Okay, so we have two here. Okay. Let's get some more green here. And a little touch of whitish. Just to brighten it up a little bit. No glycerins needed. We'll put this guy, well, kind of put him here. We'll show you how I build it. Okay, see that kite shape there? Well, of course not, it looks like the backwards letter T, but like this. And then we come in like this. Okay, just like that, all right? Then we come here, we fill that in. Fill it in like that, all right? Okay. Now, see this ridge here? Now, if you go according to that ridge and you see this ridge here, sometimes those will be here, sometimes they won't. But if you just take your paintbrush, press, and go inward, meet the glob of paint in the center, okay? If you start off wide and then go narrow each time, boom. That's how you get your leaf shape, just like that. We're gonna do it here. This is the textbook Jenkins version here. This is how I learned how to do it. Till you get comfortable with doing it yourself. Okay, much like that. There you go, that quick. And then after that, you just do your your light and your dark shades. You got me? Okay. All right. All right. I got a bunch of paint glob up on the brush, right about in here and right about in here. All right. I'm gonna clean off this brush real quick. I really should get up and get my rag, but we're just about done with this flower, so it would be kind of redundant. So I'll just kind of wipe off the brush here and just get rid of the towel. What am I doing here? All right, let's go into I kind of like this yellow white, so we'll get some white. The reason why I like the yellow white is because it shows. Pardon me, guys. I gotta cut the sound off and get the phone. Hold on. You guys ever go to answer the phone and then someone hangs up? Doesn't that just irk your last nerve? I'll put the phone right here. That really gets my goat. This is why I do my live streams very late at night. Because of that. All right. Let's go back into our yellow and white highlight when I was very much inconvenienced. Where am I at here? Okay. Let's get a little glycerin. Just a little bit. So we're gonna get some yellow white type of highlights going. Our light source is actually coming from the opposite side. It's coming from over here, really, not over on this side. So we'll just kind of press, push, and release. You just don't do it as much. Okay, I can get that brighter. It needs to be. Of course, I ran out of white. Really gonna show off the shine in a second or two because of contrast. I've explained to Jessica about contrast. It's just really the sharpness between the darks and the lights. Okay, I'm gonna get some yellow, put some yellow into that white. Okay, and we're gonna do it again. Really pop that color red out like that. Get a little peak there, a little push of color and pop it in there. Just like that. Really pop it out there. All right. We'll hit it right here. Bam. Just like that. Really let it go on out there. I'm picking up some green with it, and that's okay. Get that simmer stem going, like so. If I pick up a little bit of green, I'll just clean off the brush real fast. Hey, Miss Southern Belle, how are you? It's good to see you. And thank you. We're going back into our titanium white, a little bit of yellow. More highlight color. All right. No glycerin, just the paint itself. There's still glycerin shining pretty strong over here. Yep, we'll continue from here. Let's say I want that one dark, or the first two of them dark. Then we'll just kind of give it a slight push, and we'll come this way. Just like that, right? Get some more whitish yellow. We'll get the stem right up there like that. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get a script liner real quick because I feel like doing little vein things there. With an acrylic brush paint, it will linger on the brush a little while. You got to clean it extremely well. All right. Okay. Here's a liner brush. Real thin guy. I'll put it right here. You guys can see, very thin. There you go, little skinny fella. All right, I'm gonna highlight, do some little vein things. I'm just soaking it in the water, putting it into the paint here. I know it's like a little yellow greenish, and it's okay. Still a whole lot brighter than what they'd be painting on. And then I use the tip and get the cute little vein things happening there like that. Or your brush in the paint. Put as many as you feel you would like to have in there. Okay, it's Entirely up to you. Don't use glycerin, just use water. It flows better with water. Glycerin's kind of like almost oil, like really greasy, so don't use glycerin for your fine detail stuff. You might go a little heavy-handed at first if you try these. It's kind of the natural progression of things. The more you do it, the more at ease you'll be at it. Okay. Some people like the veins, some people don't. It's really your preference. I can do with or without them. It's what I feel like doing at the moment. What do you think? What I think it calls for. All right. So now these leaves will pop out even more once again with contrast. What do I mean by that? You know, the sharpness of between the darks and the lights. Obviously, black is about as dark as you're going to get. Okay. White is about as light as you're going to get. You got me? Okay. Now, once again, since we're on the subject of contrast, I can take a tiny bit of glycerin. I'll put it here and get some white paint. Nothing but white paint. Dip it in the glycerin, because you can highlight a yellow flower with white. All right, now we can pretty much accent what I want to. Whatever I want to be bright, whatever I want the light to hit, that's what we're gonna light up. We're gonna light it right up, just like that. Okay. Light it up. You don't have to light up the whole thing. Just little bits and pieces. Just accentuate where the light sources actually coming from, more or less. Just like that. But you see where I'm going with this? Come here. See that? Light it right up here. Light that up over there. Let the world know where that sunlight's hidden. Remember this guy over here, that fold? That fold, brighten that fold right up there. Because the paint's a little drier now. Now you got more control over those edges and those folds there. Okay. See that? Get a little more white, and I will highlight just the edge up here. Slight push and leave it alone. Slight push, leave it alone. I'll come up here, I'll slight push, slight push, slight push. It'll bring that leaf out in front a little bit more too. Okay. I think we can get away with some edged highlights inside the flower a little bit. Okay. We'll give him a little something in here too. I like that edge. And then we'll come out here outside edge like that. Come on in. Like that. But you see it's kind of staying over to one side. Keep that in mind. Pop a little brightness over here. Just like that. Here, let's have this one a little higher than the other plant, so we'll brighten that up a little bit. You can pick and choose. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. All right. All right, we're gonna just about leave that alone. All right, Sleeve Stakes, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's work on the dark side of the leaves here. So we got some of this deep blue here going on. Once again, this blue is also transparent. I need to just tap a wee bit of light in it, just a little bit. I don't need too much. Got plenty of glycerin on the board, so I don't have to play too much with it. And with the glycerin on it, I still want the green to show through, so I won't do it as much. I won't make it as, as heavy. I'll kind of bring it a little heavier in there. Okay, probably I'll kind of bring it up in here a little bit. All in between here, I'll have it kind of scoop out there. Get a little shadow going on that side. Just kind of play with it a little bit there, like that. I think I got enough. Yeah. Like that. Nice. All right. Now, I can incorporate, now her arm's over here, okay? So I can incorporate cute little things coming out, going in here, okay? So I really don't have nothing more to do per se as far as the flower is concerned. I've got enough flowers billowing out and doing what it's doing over there, okay? The bright cad yellow, then we got yellow ochre, and that's pretty much it, and titanium white. That's all we're dealing with, and this is what we have with this. What sells the appearance of being all 3D-ish and everything is you still got your darks. You got somewhere where it's coming from, and you still got your shades of the ochre, because it's definitely brighter than or darker than the cad yellow. So that's what we have working with us here. Okay, in the yellow ochre is mixing around underneath all that black. Okay, and when you mix titanium white in the yellows, it sits on top of that black and kind of makes it pop out. So now you see anything brighter pops out, anything darker kind of recedes in the background back there. Okay, and pretty much the same thing with the leaves, because you got the rim of color, the highlights. Then you've got, even though I lightened the blue, but still it's a darker hue, a darker tone than the lighter side. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? All right. Okie dokie. Let's move on to some, I guess we can do some tendril like things. Almost dipped into the, don't want to dip in there. Let's go in here. I'll lighten it up a little bit. Now in the dark area, I have to lighten it up. Obviously when I go into the green area, the yellow area, it has to be a little darker. Okay, so once again, it's back to that pick your poison type of deal. Let's go here. it's lighter. We're doing little tendrils. We'll come here, make a little loopy, and we'll go off the page. We'll come back in, go here, and we'll go down here somewhere like that. All right, it's all good. We'll come out here. Can you guys? Yeah, you guys can see this. So we'll come out here. We'll go over that leaf, and we'll go like that. We'll come out this way. We'll start to come all out in here like that. But obviously, it's going to get darker once it gets there. But I know where it's going over there, so it's all good. We'll just make a loop around this leaf, and then we'll come back out, and we'll go over here somewhere. All right, it's all good. Whatever. We'll come here, go underneath her arm, and kind of come out this way like that, and we'll probably do a double. We'll probably have it come this way, go behind her head somewhere over there. All right. Okay. Let's get some more yellow or water. We'll dip it right into this green. Get it really soupy like ish. Okay. And obviously we're going to continue this color on the other side right in here. All right, and we'll circle it around and come on down and let it wiggle like that. All right, we'll come here and we'll go up right around in there somewhere. But we've got another one. The other one can come out here past her head. Come on down here. Loop around, wiggle somewhere around in there like that. All right. Okay. Of course, you don't see much of that because of the. We'll slide it over. All right. But you pretty much see where it is. Okay. Okay. Actually, let's do something. I don't have it here, but we'll make it real quick. We'll make it fast. I'll cover this brush with this deep red. We'll make a bud out of a few of those. Why not? Might as well, right? Okay. Before I do that, let's gather this paint up. I need a nice amount of this paint, so I'll just take it and pop it right there. I just need a nice gathering of the paint somewhere around in here. As long as it's a thick amount of paint, we're good. All right. Okay. So we'll take this brush and we'll kind of slather it all in red like that. You guys see this? Yeah, you guys see that. Then we're going to come here in this green and get a nice ball of green right on the tip of that. I want you to look at this. Okay. Let's zoom in on the other side today, right now, right this minute. We'll zoom in right about here. We'll pop the focus on. All right, since I've already did the ball of color here, I'll trail it a little bit like that, and then we'll just kind of pop a nice little bud right in there. I'll just trail the green for a while there. All right. Okay. Another little ball of green. We'll trail the green. Yeah, you guys can see it. It's right here. And we'll kind of give it a good press. Pick it up. Another ball. All right. Okay. I think I got enough for one more. It's down on the bottom. Right about here. This guy, I really don't need the green, really. Let's get the green off there. Just the red to do. Right in there like that. All right. Okay. Alrighty. In case I made an error, and I just did, that little piece right in there, I can just kind of rub that out. It's just a lot of water, and you just kind of make it disappear. A lot of water, and you make it go away. I done got heavy-handed, but that's okay. More water. It goes away. Wipe it away. It's all right. Wipe it away. It goes away. It does go away. See? Don't worry about it. She goes away. Fret not. Okay. Let's pull back. Get my thumb out the way. That's way too far back, but it's all right. I'll adjust it here. About like that. And I'll pop the focus on it real quick. You guys can see. There. Let's get rid of this for 1/2 second. All right. And there you go. That's what we got so far. Okay. All right. We don't have to worry about that. That's finished. Now on to her. All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming through, saying hey. I do appreciate you. Do me a favor and hit that like button if you can. I greatly appreciate it. I most certainly would. All right. Now on to her. She will be more or less silhouetted. All right. It's really the graphic imagery. So her skin, her afro, everything that will be pitch black, because it's more of a graphic image. So a little bit up, obviously that color will be obviously her form. Okay. The dress will be probably a shade of probably yellow ochre and regular yellow, but we'll see. Okay. Yep, we'll see how it goes. All right. It's more of a graphic image. It's tough doing something like that, and you got pencil lines, and you're doing it in yellow. Okay, I should have done it obviously much lighter, but we'll work with it. All right. Now, what I've used for masking is actually the type of tape you use to wrap up boxes. So that type of tape is it's actually perfect for stuff like this, but it's also a bear to get off. Okay. Yeah. So that's a lesson within itself. But we're gonna go through it. Doesn't matter where you start at, really. Okay. But I'm just dig the X-Acto knife underneath. Oh, another reason why I use this is because this tape is kind of strong and stuff does not bleed through it. You guys did not see me do the background. The background was already done, but all I did was spray it with water. I taped off where the black part was, and then I just sprayed it with water and then just added yellow, actually yellow and white together. Okay. All right. And I just slowly just lift this stuff up. All right. It is different using this type of tape. That's for sure. This is panel board. Okay. I know I've mentioned it, but I think I'll say it again. This is panel board. There's pluses and downsides to using this tape because it will kind of tear on you if you're not picking everything up at the same time. Okay, so I am actually kind of lucky that it's actually picking up the whole thing like I kind of wanted it to, but it will tear apart on you. So I'm kind of I'm kind of happy that it picked up that massive block of plastic there, all in one piece like that. See, the foot tore, but that's all right. I kind of expected it to do that, because this tape isn't really the type of tape to do this stuff with, but it does work. And I used it because, once again, liquid does not tend to bleed through much on this tape. Scotch tape is another one too. It doesn't, the water and the glycerin doesn't bleed underneath it, doesn't bleed through. So that's also a good thing. All right. Now it's fairly warm in my room here, so that glycerin on the other half of the page is starting to tack up and dry a little bit. All right. You do have to have a lot of patience cutting this stuff out. It cracks me up when it gets most of it, but then like a small area like her chin or her eyes or lips or something like this stays behind. Kind of a pain there. But get every bit of it up, because paint will go this way. Here's the part where I got to think about, should I keep it black or should I add a little tone to it, and you'll see why. All right, but there's her other hand. Now doing that, it kind of breaks an imaginary wall, okay, which is why I bring the vines inside, okay, because now they're not really separate, you see. So a little bit of the flower is in there, but a little bit of her is also on the other side. So I got to think about what am I going to do there. I could actually do her in shades of brown, but we'll see. We shall see. But as you can see right now, I do have now, if she's going to have a yellowish dress, all right, as you can see, there's mainly, it's just the pencil line on the edges, really. But I want to show you guys something. It just come to mind. I meant to show you this in the beginning. I want to show you something that you guys do not see. And usually I don't do a lot of figures, all right? But let me show you something. Let me show you what I used. You should be able to see her. You see her there? You see her? I'm pretty sure you do. And it is a her. Not the blinking light on the keyboard, but her. But you see her there? Of course you do. There she is. But that's what I used. All right. It's actually a Figma. Let's see if I can get it centered right here. I'm sorry for bouncing you guys around, but it's a Figma model mannequin. Very, very posable. Okay. Yeah, she's posable. I can make it appear like she flies around or whatever, and the hands and the feet are interchangeable. All right. As you can see, it poses mainly like this. All right. But I can turn her around or whatever. But yeah, she's quite posable. All right, and I don't have the light on her, but if I get my head out the way, well, you know, if I put the light on her, okay. But if I turn this light off, all right, now you guys can see. You can see the contours, obviously. Okay, light on or off. See, and all of that makes a difference. Okay. All right. Okay. But now you see what she looks like. That's the only female one I have. I got 2 male ones. Okay. But if I wanted to take a, in-depth study of her, anatomy wise or whatever pose I need, that's how I do it. All right. We'll keep her about like that. That's good. We'll kind of put the focus on her here. There you go. All right. Okay, but yep, that's her. All right. Okay. So as the painting, this half is starting to dry and do whatever, you know. All right, and I got to think about shading for her, or at least her skin tone. I can more than likely get away with a brownish black for her skin, and still keep the probably I'll probably use a yellow ochreish for her dress and whatnot. But we'll add little frills to her dress and all of that fun stuff. So, but we'll have some fun with the dress. Okay, enough yakking about it. I see some sparkle edges that don't need to be there. So I see them, and let's get rid of them. It's very easy to spot those. Now, I really cannot, I would like to, but I really can't see, I cannot get rid of those pencil marks. I may try, but I might end up smearing it, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so the pencil marks will just stay, I'll just end up painting over it. So she'll grow a little bit by a few millimeters or so. All right, okay. Now I really got to think about this, because whatever I choose to do with her arm, it has to be done with her whole body, or at least her exposed parts anyway. Her feet, okay, her feet, her head, shoulders, and whatnot. Because once again, she's breaking through. She's on the other side. Okay, all right. So it's more or less a composition thing. Okay. You guys are mighty quiet. Nobody's talking. You guys want to hear me run my mouth? Really? I am just checking. I'm just checking my notifications here. All right, how long have we been doing this? Hour and 17 minutes. That's not too bad. All right, let's move right along. I got the yellow. I got yellow ochre. I got white. Let's add another color. Let's add raw umber. All right, and let's use a smaller brush. Let's use this 3/4 inch brush, or this 1/4 inch brush. I really don't necessarily need to use glycerin for this part, not really. Once again, I'm just checking to see really which way do I want to go with this. I'm still thinking about it. Let's use a little bit of ochre. Let's use a little bit of this umber. Let's mix it together here. See what we got. You know what? Maybe this would work. I think this might do the trick. Get a little bit of glycerin. Now, when I add glycerin to this for her skin, it's just to loosen up the paint. And plus, glycerin kind of expands when it dries. So, I really don't have to do a whole lot of like covering over. All depends on how it takes. All right. Now I do have to be careful. I'm gonna start down by her feet first, and I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna just see if this does the trick or not. Because if it does the trick, cool. Then I'll stick with it. If not, then I'll just go with black, and I'm just gonna have to highlight her hand over on the other side. But we'll see first. Don't know yet. So I'm just going to carefully just block her in, paint her in. I don't do too many human figures. I have done a few. I've done a few portraits live. They do take a minute. But I guess people don't seem to really mind. As long as you don't mind, I don't mind doing them. But, you know, all depends. All depends. I will probably add a little bit of shading or whatever here and there. Now, Also, the main reason I'm doing this also in dark is it's going to cover up those pencil lines also, because I cannot get rid of them. I just did them a little dark. I have to be careful. I am a lefty, and I did the left area first, where I should have done her first. I just didn't feel like doing this one first. And I tend to do that. I tend to draw from the left to the right. And I should be doing it the other way. But, you know, I'm not really the most logical person in the world. Okay. Now, the reason why this actually works is because yellow is kind of related, believe it or not, to that brown. Even though I'm using a brown with more green in it, which is why it's also relatable to the flowers on the other side. Look at the ochre and look at the brown. You follow me? All right, these colors are in brown. Okay, so it's red. You guys catch up. You guys can get it soon. All right. Let's do this part here. Now I think I got enough to cover all of this, but you know, just got to be careful with the edges. All right. I know I'm not bringing you guys in too close for this. I see right now I'm going to have to loosen it up a little bit. I'm just adding just a touch of glycerin to it. I can add a little bit more actually. As long as you got more paint than the glycerin, you're good. Okay. And you know, a brush like this is good to get a brush with a very decent edge. Now, adding glycerin to this paint, what it does is thin the paint. It makes it more transparent actually than anything else. But keep in mind now, okay, as long as my head isn't in your way, keep in mind that glycerin expands. All right, you gotta have you know, plenty of it. And when you thin it out, it does get a little streaky, but as it dries, it expands and it flattens out. So hashtag do not panic. It's all right. You got to know what it can and can't do, and once you figure it out, it's all right. As I'm doing these lines on the figure here, I'm moving my whole arm. I'm not moving my wrist. That's something else you have to get accustomed to also, especially if you tend to do figures, animals, stuff like that. You're gonna learn to move your whole arm, not just your wrist. Your wrist, if you move your wrist, you tend to wiggle a lot. Okay. Okay. And then I'll leave it alone. Boy, I hope I got enough. I kind of like that arm too. I like the detail of the fingers, but you're not going to see them very much. Now, if I have to use a liner brush for smaller details, I will. If I have to. I'm painting into the middle and I'm slowly going on the outside to make sure I don't go over the lines, because proportion is everything, and she seems to be pretty evenly proportioned, so I don't want to mess that up, especially where it's bare skin. So it looks like I keep repeating going over the same spot. That's because I am, but I'm slowly moving either inward or outward. Okay. Yep, I just dipped into water. Water and glycerin are not the best of friends. Okay. But it was just a little fraction of water. Once again, it just loosens things up a little bit. And I can really get in there. There. Okay. No, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. All right. This is a very awkward angle to do stuff like this too. I'm usually painting something like this. I'm usually a lot more horizontal than vertical. Okay. Now I need more paint because I need to cover up pencil lines, and so this is more paint than glycerin or anything, because I need to cover both pencil lines. And keep in mind that this stuff, now what I'm mixing here may appear to look lighter, okay, but remember, as this stuff dries up, it dries kind of flat. All right, so, and plus her hair's a little wild looking. It's supposed to be, so I can add stuff like that to it around her head up a little bit, and once again it covers up the pencil lines a tad. There's no glycerin on this side at all. This is just, you know, flat out just paint in canvas board. I didn't see if anybody talked to me yet, but I will. Alrighty. No problem, no problem. Okay, Jessica and Madonna. I'm going to be using a rigger brush in a few minutes to get those really detailed lines for her nose and her lips there. I won't mess with it with this bigger brush. That would just be suicide. I will mess it up. All right. This poor brush, I got other ones, but this poor brush is it's going to go to the boneyard. That I can see. It's already written in the books. Boneyard. Okay. We'll water this up a little bit. All right, now if I'm not in you guys' way. There. All right. Okay. Let us take, I'll take a 1/2 inch. Her dress. Let's start to scrape up what I don't need here. I really don't need that brown either, but we'll keep it just in case. I'm just getting rid of some of this yellow, some of the other colors I really don't need. I might add a leaf or two over there. I don't know. It all depends of how I'm feeling with this as a whole. All right. Her dress. We're gonna get her dress kind of flowing pretty neat here. I'll just use some, we'll use some yellow ochre first. I'll get some glycerin for this part also. And we'll just kind of, I'm gonna need more yellow ochre than what I got here. But we're gonna get her dress to going and flowing here. So we're just gonna block it in right now, block it in. I gotta see where I'm going here with it. It's gonna be some layers going on with the dress. It will look pretty cool. It will not be all yellow ochre, but the yellow ochre will be the base color. As long as I got the flow of the dress going, everything else can be filled in. I need more ochre. We can't even play with the yellow ochre. You gotta pop it in there. All right. And while I'm at it, I might have to bump this yellow up a little bit. We're gonna be needing a little bit of yellow. A lot of what I'm going to do and show you here, it's really just a lot of just the flowing of the wrist, flowing of the paint. But you can't be shy with the paint. Okay. And once again, I'm doing a lot of things covering up the pencil lines here. Pretty much what you're looking at me do now is pretty much what you're going to see me do with the flow of this dress. And it takes a good deal of paint. Here, let me do this edge first. Definitely need that edge to be in there really good. Okay, then we'll play with the other stuff here. I'm gonna go into my glycerin, make this paint flow a little bit better. because essentially this paint is going over, literally over canvas. So we've got all that tooth. Okay. There we go. Come on in with it. Just like that. Press and lift up. Now you see how brownish yellow ochre looks compared to cad yellow. Hello Shane, how are you? Good to see you. Yep, I'm doing another one of these again. All right. Basically, I wanted to do her dress, get it going up here. All up here, don't care yet, don't matter as of yet. Okay, let's play. Let's go into my glycerin a little bit. I did not clean off my brush, don't matter at this point in time. Get some yellow, pop that yellow in there like that. That yellow is nowhere near strong enough to overpower any of that ochre, so I need white. Now watch what happens, because now we're going to blend and have a little fun. All right, now obviously anything that's brighter, it's because the light is catching it. So if you look at the loops here, see this one going downward, obviously the light's catching that, and that one's almost towards the center. So we'll go toward the center here, press good, and go up like that. And then you just lightly go on the sides here. But this is toward the center, not bright enough, believe it or not, need more white. Kind of a textbook beginner's way how to do light and shadow on folds, I guess. I'm trying to show you here. Go to the center. If you're going toward the side, lighten it up a little bit. Heavy in the center though. Brighten it up there in the center. Something like that, all right? Okay, gotta fade that out, thin that out there, thin it out a little bit. We're gonna continue that. As we go around, it's obviously more of a curve. Like say, for instance, this one here, we'll press, and it kind of curves up there, but we'll kind of fade that out in here. And as we do it, we'll get more and more of a curve. We'll get it brighter and brighter as we move along. Got one right in here. And you got a little one right in here. Of course, it's not bright enough yet, but it will be when I go back over it. And we'll get there. A little more white in it. Once you get to the edge, you start fading that out a little bit. I can correct that. Get that red out of there. Just like that. I'll get my big head out of the way, I'm sorry. Yellow is a good way to put your tone in there, because once again the white will pick up on the yellow there. Okay, and plus I want it to match a little bit more with its background, so more yellow. This is just all yellow. Yellow's very transparent. You follow me? The light tones will pick up the yellow, but not necessarily the ochre. So I'm just going straight yellow, so it picks up the white under, or the highlights there. I gotta remember that if I move up too far, you're not gonna see much. Okie dokie then. Let's take some of this. Since I got it here, I'll just make a yellow undertone here. I can get away with it because I'll be shading with the ochre anyway. So it will blend naturally. Okay. Making sure I get the paint from out of the furrows there. Okie dokie. Let's start shading things here. I'll use this brownish mix that I've used before. I'm using a rigger brush, which is just a tiny version of the script liner. I'm going into my blue and my brown here. Just a deeper color real quick. Just got to be careful of my finger placement. Just where her rib cage would be, this side over here. Clean off the rigger brush. And a slight touch of brown in there. Slight touch. Take a little bit of brown. I gotta be careful. Oh, up around here a little bit. Slight shade. Whoop, slight shading here and there. Very coyly add little bits of shading and muscle tone in there. Pretty much where you figure And then again, I do have my little mannequin here. I can look and catch where some of that needs to be. At least close to realistic lighting on the human figure, where the shade will be, more or less. So a mannequin like this is very helpful, actually. I know you haven't seen the mannequin, Shane, but I do have one right on the side. And I'm just looking at it here and there, really quick. I have to turn it to the side to see where I'm going here with it. Okay, we're almost there, guys. We're almost. All right, now, I want to add little frilly things to her. I can probably get away with using this. I'm debating whether I should use black or use white for the lace on the bottom. I'm debating. What should I use? What color should I use? Black or white? I'm debating. Ooh, it's gone, isn't it? Must have dried up. It's all good. That's all right. I'll use that. That would be fine. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I can't finish it. I'm still deciding, guys. Actually, the brush I just put away would be perfect for it, for the lace. Then again, I can use this stuff too. I'm thinking black lace, actually. Yes, I'm gonna go with black lace. And basically what I'm going to use is this fan brush. As you can see, I'm squeezing the fan brush down so it looks like that. Okay. I'll experiment. I'll keep it pretty much pressed. Well, I better keep. If I'm wise, I'll keep it pressed down. I'll just keep it pressed, and then I'll just do little taps. Now I just can't see it. So I gotta kind of adjust myself and be kind of careful. But I'll just kind of get a little touch. And since I can just do it lightly here. And it does have a curve, so I'll kind of curve it. Come here. I know where to go up. Come back that way, like so. I probably could do it with a fan brush better, but I'm already into it now. I'll just be careful. It's gentle little taps. You guys can't see it because of my head, so I'm gonna have to do it with my right hand. I know where I need a little more paint too, so get some more. And it's a really light touch. Press it flat. Very light touch. Bring some of that lace up there a little bit like that. Use the corner of the brush here. Curve it around. It's the weirdest thing to try to do, try to manipulate. And bring some of that, curve it up and around, just like that. Okay, it's not too bad. I'll pull yeah, I think the black actually works for her. actually. I'm going to give her some little blingy neck, not necklace, but the little wrist thingies. I'll just use the red. Just a little something dangling off her arms there. Once again, I just got to be careful. Maybe I'll have it kind of come thin, thick. Get a little bit of white. Okay. Alrighty. Let us get let's get there we are. Script liner. Thank you, Madonna. I kind of figured the black lace would work. Well, it kind of would have to even out the picture. I don't know if I want to add. No, I can. Let me do a little something though. I still got glycerin on here, but it's not going to affect the black paint. Just wipe it away a little bit there. And let's put my name right there, around the corner. That's it right there. Alrighty then. Let's put this guy back over here. Alright. I kind of had to concentrate a little bit on that lace part. Sorry. Slap the focus on it. Let's pull back a little bit. I think we're somewhat alright right about here. I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. I don't do too many of the human figure stuff. I've been told that painting on canvas board serves me much better than doing the watercolor paper. So it looks like I'll be buying a whole lot of canvas board and better tape. Here we go. Once again, it is 16 by 20 canvas panel. So once again, I break the wall, and her arm goes through, the vines go through. All right. Yeah. So more of an impression, kind of an impressionistic thing here. I think we're on the right channel for it to be actually seen. I think I am. I'm about to find out right now. Yeah, we are. Oop, yeah, we're good here. So we're the true perspective for it. But there you go. Pretty neat. I just had thought about it as I put the board up, and figured it, it would work. So it did hide most of the pencil marks, that's for sure. As you can see, I could have made it brighter, but the lighter yellowish white for the pleats and everything, the shadings, everything is there, and the lace help with the flow of things. Okay. What else? Yeah. So everything kind of balances out. Even with the top half being that brighter yellow, everything kind of fits in there. So I really don't have much else to say about it. If anybody's interested, all they got to do is message me or whatnot. So I will let it dry, because it definitely needs to dry more. It's the glycerin. I mean, if you still see it shiny, it's still very wet. I can't even varnish it yet, but I will take a picture of it. I'll take it down, take a good picture of it, and make a thumbnail of it. It'll be posted on Facebook, Instagram, the usual and everything. So, hey Diana, what's going on? How you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah, I think it's just now 8 o'clock. So you came in just in time for the end. But I decided on doing an image like this because, well, quite frankly, this is just something that came to mind. Every once in a great while, I'll do something like this. Where her ear is, boom, I'll pop a little earring there like that. Okay, there. All right. Every once in a great while, I'll do something like this. Every once in a great while. It's fun to do. It's pretty cool. It's different, And once again, I've been doing a lot of these paintings like this yin and yang, kind of half and half. Okay, yellow flower, yellow dress, cad yellow, yellow ochre, cad yellow with the white mixed in it. She was going to be silhouetted, but with the arm crossing over the border, that couldn't be done. So it was just dark brown skin, and in the dress with the black lace. And so everything still ties together. Okay, even the yellow with the brown skin. I mean, all the ochre and the brown, everything still ties together. Okay, so she breaks the wall of going over to the flower. The flower breaks the wall while the buds and whatnot kind of go over there. So it's still joined together, composition wise. All right, it's been a while since I did a flower this size with that many petals. It was fun to do. So, oh yeah, you came just in time for the end. But I do appreciate you stopping by. You know, and I do enjoy your streams. Oh, that's what you could do, actually, because your link works whether they look at the broadcast, the repeat broadcast. But let people know when you're going on next, and or you just pop your link in there. I think Jessica's going to come on right after me. But I got to do this. I got to take a picture of this, do a thumbnail, and post on Instagram, Facebook, you know, that whole thing. So, but, yep, you look for your link, pop it in there, and I will clean off this palette here. So, but yeah, every once in a while, I'll do a human figure or whatnot. I think maybe the next one, the next painting I'll do, I don't know, maybe an animal of some sort. Who knows? Or maybe I'll do another beach scene, because I haven't done really too many things involving water, and I really need to get back up on that. You know, I've done plenty of mountains and trees and grass, so maybe I'll start doing more waves or something. I need to get back up on that. Or maybe another lighthouse. They're always fun to do. But maybe, you know, maybe I'll deal with water, and do something more with water. I gotta stop putting paint on my nice towels. But I'm just cleaning off my palette. I won't have to show how to clean it, because I think the last 4 or 5 videos I've shown Jessica how to clean the glass palette. She ought to be a pro at it right about by now. You can use either window cleaner or rubbing alcohol. I use rubbing alcohol. Even it does leave my room smelling like a hospital bed, but it works better. Cuts right through the acrylic paint like nothing. Cleans it up like you never used it ever. As you can hear. Alrighty then. That's all set. Okay, your games are going to be at 5 o'clock. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, the art streams are pretty nice. They're fun. The games are pretty cool. You know, even if you go in and just listen to them banter and everything, it's really nice. Pretty humorous. But all right, guys, a little bit after 8 o'clock. Pretty decent time. Boy, these streams are lasting longer and longer. Gotta stop that. But I appreciate you guys. Once again, it'll be posted on Facebook, Instagram. I gotta make a thumbnail for this and all that. It's gonna take a little while for this to dry because of the amount of glycerin that I put on the board. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to see how I masked the figure and all of that, and if you want to see the mannequin I used for it, you know, I've seen the video there. The mannequins don't cost too much. I had them for a few years, so you know, they're pretty good, fully posable. The only downside is that they're pretty small. I don't even think they're 5 inches or so. They might be maybe 5, 6 inches. I don't even think 6, maybe 5. They're pretty tiny. but they capture the light well. They're beautiful, perfect. And this is probably the third time I've had them out, out the box. The hands and feet interchangeable, so they're pretty cool. They're really nice. So, all right, time to go. Okay, Jessica, you can have at it. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I shall see you when I see you.